Welcome back to No Man's Sky, everybody. Odd Man 105, aka the Odd One here. And I'm re-uploading this guide on how to complete the Remnant Expedition because, as of the making of this video, you have through March 23rd, that is next Monday, less than 5 days from now, to complete the Remnant Expedition and to unlock this awesome outfit customization, along with other Remnant Expedition milestone rewards. And don't you worry, because the Odd Man's got you covered. I'm going to show you how to complete the Remnant Expedition in less than 3 hours, so let's just get right into this. Now, you can start the expedition from a brand new save, or if you would like to use a pre-existing save, simply use the expedition terminus at the space anomaly. Now, the deal with this expedition is that it takes place on a single planet, meaning that you won't have access to your starship. Also, remember, technically you can bring certain items with you, but in order to access the space anomaly during an expedition, you must hyperspace jump to another star system first. Now, because the expedition takes place on a single planet, you won't have access to your ship, nor will you be able to hyperspace jump to another star system. So in this case, if you're using a pre-existing save, simply start the expedition and you're off and running. Upon launching the expedition and after loading into the world, you'll be within close proximity of the waste disposal site. So the very first thing you should do is head there, then activate the waypoint, because you'll need to chart a total of 6 separate waypoints for a milestone later on. Now, interact with the plant control panel to complete the first milestone for Phase 1 and obtain the blueprints for the gravitational coil. Claim the first milestone reward for the ion batteries, life support gel, and chromatic metal. You're going to need all 3. Next, focus on gathering all the early game materials, such as oxygen, carbon, ferrite dust, dihydrogen, sodium, and cobalt, and try to gain about 1,000 of each. That way you're not continuously having to harvest this material during your expedition. And begin scanning all the minerals for a Phase 4 milestone called Petrology, where you'll need to scan 8 of the 10 total minerals on the entire planet. Now, some of the minerals will appear as trees, such as this one, while others will appear to be identical but are in fact completely separate rocks, so you'll need to scan everything. Now, there are 2 separate milestones for which you'll need to scan fauna. The first one, called Safari, technically requires that you scan fauna using your Exocrat scanner. However, this is not required. You can obtain this milestone simply by using your standard multi-tool scanner. And the second milestone, located in Phase 5, is called Field Agent, where you're required to scan all 6 fauna on the planet. Now, this milestone is bugged because in order to trigger it, you'll need to go to your Discoveries tab and upload all fauna discoveries. Also, do your best to scan as many fauna as possible at night, because some of the fauna, and this one in particular, are not only rare, but is also nocturnal. Next, grab yourself a stack of pyrite because you're going to need it later. Then grab yourself a stack of emerald, and using your backpack refiner, refine the emerald to chromatic metal, and you should be good for chromatic metal for the remainder of the expedition. Next, since there's very little sodium on the planet, you need to find yourself a cave and harvest all the marrow bulb you can into sodium. Also, don't forget to scan the stalactites and stalagmites, both of which will count towards your mineral milestone. Then harvest them up for some cobalt while you're there. Now it's time to install the gravitational coil, but for this you'll need a single gravitational ball, so go steal one. But remember, the Sentinels get major butthurt when you grab the balls, so steal one, then run. Lose the Sentinels. And once the Sentinels are gone, install the gravitational coil and you're all set. Also, don't forget to claim the milestone reward. Now test out your new gravitational coil to unlock the flux calibration milestone, then claim the rewards because you'll need them really soon. Now you'll need Paraffinium as one of the materials to construct the Colossus Geobay, but as you'll notice, there's absolutely no Paraffinium anywhere on the planet. So what you can do is take the pyrite that you mined earlier and combine that with ferrite dust in your Mark II backpack refiner. This will give you sufficient Paraffinium to construct the Colossus Geobay. Next, customize your Colossus Geobay with the flatbed module, then save its configuration. Doing so will unlock both the Auto Mechanics milestone and the Utility Vehicles milestone. Since this expedition emphasizes a great deal of driving, claim and install any Exocraft engine upgrade you get as milestone rewards. Now, using your gravitational coil, launch a single piece of industrial waste 64 times to unlock the Defying Gravity milestone, then claim the reward. Next, fill the bed of your Colossus with industrial waste. Park it in the squared area, then access the plant control panel to auto-process the waste and complete the tipper milestone. Now claim and install the prepackaged radar amplifier unit from the tipper milestone into your Exocraft because you're going to need it. So now we're going to knock out 3 of Phase 4's milestones at once. So first, grab 32 gravitational balls to get the Sentinel's attention. Next, use the terrain manipulator to dig a hole, then use the gravitational coil to grab any random Sentinel, then take them into the hole with you. Now use the gravitational coil to catch and release that Sentinel 32 times to unlock the reorientation program milestone. Once that's done, merc out 8 Sentinels, then run. You'll need to lose the Sentinels to unlock the milestones. And once the Sentinels are gone, you'll have unlocked the Streetlights milestone, the Reorientation Program milestone, and the Drone Disposal milestone. Next, claim and install the excavator blade blueprint from the Auto Mechanics milestone onto your exocraft, which you will be using as you drive to collect materials for a completely different milestone. Installing the excavator blade will also unlock the Big Dig Rig milestone. Use the Colossus radar to scan for and locate a waste heap, which will be in the location of your first checkpoint. Then prepare to hit the road. Also, before leaving the waste disposal site, ensure you create a manual restore point just in case something goes wrong. Now, this goes without saying, but the Remnant Expedition emphasizes a great deal of driving in the Colossus exocraft. In fact, one of the later milestones, called the mileage milestone, requires that you drive for 50,000 meters in the Colossus. So, if and whenever possible, avoid traveling by foot or by using the jetpack booster. Always use your Colossus exocraft to get from point A to point B. Now it's time to hit the road and make your way to the first checkpoint. And while you're out there, make sure you mark out 20 hazardous flora using the exocraft for the weeds in the tire milestone. And I know this is wrong, but while you're out there driving, use the Colossus to run over 8 fauna for the roadkill milestone. Now, one of the more problematic milestones to achieve is the minecart milestone, where you have to harvest 500 resources using the exocraft laser. Now, if you can find them, I highly recommend that you focus on harvesting metal fingers, which are in abundance on the planet. Doing so will clear the minecart milestone almost instantly. Now, upon arriving at checkpoint 1, activate the waypoint, which will also create a manual restore point. Remember that you need to activate a total of 6 waypoints for a later milestone. Now, claim and install all of the prepackaged upgrades from the checkpoint 1 milestone. Now, only focus on loading the special waste into your Colossus at the waste heap. Ignore all the normal waste. And that's because you'll need to load and process at least 5 special waste for the Road Trip 1 milestone. However, you should load all of the special waste that you can find at the waste heap, and that includes radioactive, chemical, and explosive. And you'll need to process at least 16 of each for a later milestone in Phase 5. The more you do now, the less you'll have to do later. And one very important note, avoid using the plant control panel to automatically process special hazardous waste. Auto-processing special hazardous waste will not count towards your milestones. So always manually process your special hazardous waste. This is very important. And just like that, Phase 1 is complete. Now, after you've finished processing that load of waste, open up your quick menu to use the Colossus radar and scan for another waste heap, which will reveal the location of checkpoint 2. Then it's back on the road. And while you're out there, make sure you smash 500 objects with the Colossus to clear the lay waste milestone. Now, one of the more problematic milestones is the petrology milestone, where you'll need to scan 8 new minerals. So look for this riverbed type of terrain right here, and you'll know it when you see it because it's a dark colored patch of terrain that's completely separate from any other on the planet. 2 of the 8 rocks that you need to scan can be found here. Congratulations, you've made it to checkpoint 2. Now rinse and repeat. Activate the waypoint for the later milestone, then proceed to collect all of the specialty waste. Now claim and install all of the B-Class engine upgrades from the Checkpoint 2 milestone into your exocraft, and you can simply scrap the C-Class engine upgrades because you won't need them any further. Now rinse and repeat. Process all of the specialist hazardous waste for the Road Trip 2 milestone. And congratulations, just like that, Phase 2 is complete. And by this point, you should have disposed of 16 explosive specialist hazardous waste to unlock the volatile payload milestone. Now claim and install the Cyclops Scope blueprint from the Road Trip 2 milestone into your Cyclops exocraft because you're going to need it. Then claim and install the 3 A-Class scanner upgrades from the Motor Optics milestone into your multi-tool. Next, claim and install the advanced prepackaged exocraft laser into your Colossus from the Safari milestone. Now install the radar power resonator plans from the minecart milestone into your exocraft, and ensure that you're installing similar technology together for the adjacency bonus. Now access your quick menu, then use the Colossus radar to scan for Monolith, then hit the road. And remember, you only need to visit the Monolith for the Sandstone milestone. You do not need to interact with it. Claim and install all prepackaged hazard protection from the Sandstone milestone into your exocraft. Now go to your quick menu, then use the exocraft radar to scan for another waste heap, which is checkpoint 3. Then get back on the road. Also, while you're out there driving like a madman, activate any random waypoints that you find because they all count towards your milestone. Congratulations, you've reached checkpoint 3. Now rinse and repeat. Activate the waypoint for the later milestone, then collect only the special hazardous waste, and from there make a beeline back to your waste disposal site. Now claim and install the 3 A-Class engine upgrades from the Checkpoint 3 milestone into your exocraft, and you can scrap the 3 B-Class engine upgrades because you won't need them any further. And always place your engine upgrades in the supercharged slots of the Colossus for the extra stat boost. And this random waypoint right here marks the 6th and final waypoint needed for the Street Signs milestone. Now understand that every checkpoint has a waypoint, and you're guaranteed to have all 6 by the time you reach the final checkpoint. Claim and install the jetpack upgrades from the Road Signs milestone. Now once you're back at the waste disposal site, you know the drill. Process all special hazardous waste for the Checkpoint 3 milestone. And just like that, Phase 3 is complete. Claim and install the prepackaged mounted flamethrower from the Streetlights milestone onto your exocraft. And by now, with all the driving that you've been doing, you should have your 50,000 units and the mileage milestone complete. Congratulations, you've reached Checkpoint 4. Now, rinse and repeat. Hit the waypoint to create a save and grab only the special hazardous waste, then make a beeline back to your waste disposal site. Claim and install the 3 S-Class engine upgrades from the Checkpoint 4 milestone into your exocraft. Now dispose of all special hazardous waste to clear the Checkpoint 4 milestone. And congratulations, Phase 4 is complete. By now, you should have disposed of all 16 radioactive hazardous waste for the irradiated cargo milestone. Use the exocraft radar to scan for another waste heap and for Checkpoint 5, then get back on the road. And congratulations, you've reached the 5th and final checkpoint. Now, rinse and repeat. Hit the waypoint to create a save, then collect only the special hazardous waste, get back in your Colossus, then make a beeline to the waste disposal site. Claim the Checkpoint 5 milestone for both the nanites and the units. And you know the drill, process all special hazardous waste. By now, you should have disposed of 16 toxic waste to clear the toxicity milestone. And keep processing the special hazardous waste until Phase 5 is complete. And congratulations, the Remnant Expedition is a wrap. It's done. And as you guys can see, all 5 phases are complete, done in 3 hours or less. Now ensure that you claim all milestone rewards, and most certainly don't forget about the expedition reward, which is the heirloom customization. Now, if you completed the expedition on a pre-existing save, then you have the option of bringing back some technology and items to your normal save. That's entirely up to you. Or if you want, you can simply cash out and convert everything to units and nanites. You also have the option, even after completing the expedition, of creating a copy of the multi-tool that you used during the expedition and a copy of your starship. Now, to find the new heirloom customization, simply go to any appearance modifier. And let's go to torso, and here it is, a heirloom suit. Let's select it. And of course you can add trimmings and accents that you would like. And armor. Okay. There we go. Heirloom breastplate. Let's add it. And let's dye the leather. Gloves. And let's accent it. Legs. Heirloom leggings. Let's put those on. And yeah, that's pretty cool. Let's do that. And the boots. There we go. And let's go contrasting leather. All right. And of course, you could select whatever backpack you want. I think I'll keep what I've got. So, and that's pretty much it. We're good to go. Yes, please. And that's pretty much it. So remember, this week is your final opportunity to complete the Remnant Expedition and to unlock some awesome limited time expedition rewards in the process. So don't sleep on this. And let me add that if this is your first experience with the Remnant Expedition, it is a ton of fun. So ignore the haters and enjoy it for what it is. And with that being said, this video is a wrap. I've been Oddman105, aka The Odd One. And if you guys found this video informative, then you know what to do. Smash that subscriber button, hit that bell icon, leave a few likes while you're here, and hey, don't forget to check me out on Twitter at Oddman105. And I will see you guys when I see you guys in the next video. Please stay safe and remember, don't just start the fire, bring the smoke. And take care out there.